and just as he calls out for a demonstration, a voice shouts out for Hody Jones. That person is none other than Hachi, who states they should all stop this insanity, claiming the energy steroids will only destroy their bodies and should not destroy Fishman Island or underestimate Neptune. Hody tells Hachi there is no stopping their objective and they need Fishman Island to destroy the human race and carry out Arlong's will. Hachi states that Arlong lost and demands to know why Hizu and Dekken are working for him despite not working for Arlong in the past. Hizu states he's only in it for the money and Dekken is there because Hody is not trying to make him his underling, stating he does not work for anyone. Hody states that Luffy is on the island and Hachi states Luffy called him a former enemy, a friend, and even reminds them he saved his life and cannot face Luffy as long as Hody is trying to keep Arlong's dream alive. Hody, disgusted by Hachi, has Dekken attack him and mark him with his powers and hits him with a knife. As Dekken throws arrows at Hachi, he runs for his life in the water only to be pierced by all of them. Hody then tells everyone the plan and Dekken throws all the human pirates to the palace. Back in the present, Brook is running back to the others away from the humans. Sanji and Chopper still fight the guards and defeat all of them due to Sanji wanting to meet the mermaid princess. They hear a person on the shore is hurt and go to see, only to be shocked to see Hachi covered in arrows. Chopper tries healing him, but not before Hachi warns them about the attack and passes out. At the palace, the others are informed of the situation and Zoro prepares to fight the pirates. As Luffy and Shirahoshi go to the sea forest, Shirahoshi states that there is a grave she wants to see. At the sea forest, someone is talking to a gravestone about her death. That person is none other than Jinbe, who comments that her ideals are still alive, and that person being Queen Otime. Luffy is still on his way to the sea forest with Shirahoshi when he notices something going to the Ryugu Palace, which is revealed to be Hody and Vander Decken IX. Meanwhile, Robin waits for the sea bus when many Ammo Knights appear and tell her that she needs to go with them. Robin then incapacitates her attackers and leaves aboard the sea bus. Frankie finds the Thousand Sunny with the help of his former master's brother, Den. Frankie sees Jinbe and he asks Den why he is here and Den replies that he is waiting for someone. Hody and Dekken enter the palace after one of the human pirates opened the gate. When they realize Shirahoshi is not there, Dekken leaves and heads after her. Luffy and Shirahoshi are still on their way to the sea forest. At the palace, Neptune begs someone to protect her daughter. Hody just comments on how weak he is and states he only joined his army for military strength and knowledge. He states he will revive the dream and ambition of Arlong. Nami is shocked by hearing this and during his speech she escapes with Kami. Hody declares he will destroy the army and the Straw Hats and begins to flood the palace. He attacks the guards and Neptune defends them. Zoro tries attacking, but Hody blocks the attack with one of his own men. Usopp and Brook are told by Zoro to untie the guards and assist in the fight. Zoro decides to hold off Hody while the others escape and prepares to fight him underwater. At the coast on the island, Chopper is tending to the injured Hachi while Sanji is noticing the citizens surrounding them. They state that the Straw Hats are responsible for the mermaid kidnappings and how they should pay for their crimes. Sanji states they did not steal any mermaids and are framed. Luffy and Shirahoshi see them and Luffy goes down to try to figure out what's going on and hears Hachi's pleas of leaving the island. The citizens believe Luffy left the palace and tried to kidnap Shirahoshi, but others state that's impossible due to her size. Unfortunately for Shirahoshi, Megalo has finally reached his limit and pukes her out, shocking the citizens. Chopper comments on her size and begs Sanji not to turn around, or he will die and the citizens believe that the crew kidnapped her. Luffy asks Shirahoshi why she got out of Megalo's mouth. She apologizes and asks him not to get mad at her as she starts to cry. As someone calls Luffy filthy and heartless, Chopper urges Sanji not to turn around. Sanji realizes that Chopper's warning can only mean that the mermaid princess is right behind him. Chopper tells him he is correct, but seeing the princess would without a doubt kill him if a normal mermaid made him lose so much blood before. As Sanji begins to get lost in thought, he remembers hearing that even the most beautiful woman in the world, the Pirate Empress, would pale in comparison, and realizes that his dream is now in his grasp. He then tells Chopper that for the sake of his dreams, he chooses death. Chopper retorts by exclaiming that he thought that his dream was to find the All Blue. He turns around and looks at her. He realizes that he is gazing upon something that his imagination could never fathom, that no painting could ever capture. He then turns to stone, much to Chopper's shock. Luffy is examining Hatchin, trying to get Hachi to tell him who attacked him. Chopper wonders if Sanji turning to stone could be from a side effect of receiving Okama blood. Shirahoshi cries and asks Luffy what she should do, but all of a sudden, the locals take action and tie up Luffy, Chopper, Hatchin, and the still petrified Sanji. Luffy asks them what they are doing, and the locals tell him not to underestimate the warriors of Fishman Island. One of the locals identifies Hatchin as a former member of Arlong's gang. Shirahoshi tries to explain to everyone that Luffy was only helping her, but the locals will not listen and promise to behead the pirates. Luffy then notices something and tells them that something is flying toward them from behind the crowd, but a local asks Luffy if he really thinks they are dumb enough to fall for that. Someone then notices that Luffy is not lying, and everyone is shocked to see it is none other than Vanderdecken IX. Decken yells that he found her, this time saying, "Of course I did," instead of "I think." The locals are shocked that after hiding out for 10 years, he now suddenly appeared on the island, and someone yells for Shirahoshi to run for it. Decken tells Shirahoshi to give him an answer, saying she will escape death if she says yes, telling her to run away with him and marry him. The locals are shocked to hear him ask for marriage after constantly attempting to take her life. Shirahoshi tells him she is sorry, but he is not her type. The locals are comically stunned to find out that is why she will not marry him, and not his violent tendencies. Decken is crushed, and actually looks emotionally hurt. He tells her she should be ashamed of herself, because he has had feelings for her for the past 10 years, and then she steps all